Alright, what I got here is a cylinder off of a log splitter, and I'm not sure what brand this is. Looks similar to a Swisher though, or something. They're all similar in design. So we're going to be doing a reseal on this. If you like this sort of thing, if you would, go down there, click that subscribe, turn the bell on for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this sort of stuff. Okay, for starters, I'm going to take my freeze off, not sponsored. Just use it all the time. I'm going to go ahead and just spray around this just to get anything broke loose. Then I'll take my aluminum round bar I got here as a punch, and I'll hit on this gland, and we have to hit it backwards because there's an internal lock ring in there. And just in case there's some oil, just in case, I'll put that on there and we'll hit this back. One good hit, got that back. I'll clean the inside this out. I'll get a hook pick. The end of the ring is right here. So I get a hook pick, start it in behind, and just pull that out. Alright, now that that's out, I will rotate my ports to the bottom. Okay, ports are rotated to the bottom just in case there is oil in there. Okay, I got a rod here, old one that'll fit through here, and now it's a matter of pulling the rod out. There is going to be some resistance here since that gland's pushed back. Just stay steady with it until you feel the piston bottom out right there. Keep steady pressure on it. Okay. Now that we're all the way out, we can take and start to hit the rod out. Okay, once the gland is out, we can take and just walk it the rest of the way out. At this point, we'll go ahead and check this out. I'll take a flapper disc, run in here, and take a wire wheel and run in the groove and get all this cleaned up. Alright, I got my flapper disc on. I'm going to run around and try and clean up some of this rust here on the end. This whole thing, I may have to run a hone down this thing. So we're going to start. Okay, now the wire wheel. Wipe this out. This one does have some pitting, so I'm going to run a ball hone through. Alright, now that's a lot better than it was. Alright, I got a 1.5 inch socket, 3/4 inch drive impact, and I'm going to take a piston nut off. Okay, they've used They've used Loctite on this, and it's seeped up into the piston, so it's kind of got it stuck. So I'll get a dead blow, hit the gland into the piston, and try and break it loose. Alright, that's a pretty stuck piston. So the other option, flip it around, put the rod in aluminum jaws here, and take and pull the gland off. Well, see, that's the only problem with these log splitter cylinders. These here swell out, so I'm probably gonna have to clean that down before it goes. So just with the flapper disc over them until that'll go. I may have to do it for a little while, and I'm about to run out of space. Okay, I got the gland off. I've got the rod over. I'm polishing. I'm cleaning the rod up. It's got some dings, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the seals out of this gland. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the wiper. Turn around on the outside, get the O-ring and the backup. Inside, get the main pressure seal. The U-cup here. And it's not very good. And there's a wear band in this one. Okay, there's a wear band in here. I'm gonna see if I can get it out. I'm running out of camera, but in the meantime, I'll get that out, clean everything up, and hunt up the seals. All right, I'm back and I got my new seals. And I need to take this piston seal off. I didn't take it off earlier, but I ended up taking the gland off through the rod end, or the end of the rod, instead of bringing the piston off. Tighten this piston up back down when we're all done, or before we put the gland on, and get that taken care of. So I guess for starters, I'll just go ahead and put the piston seal on. I'll start with the expander, put it on. Then the Teflon seal, I'll just roll that around like that. Where that's stretched out, that's going to need collapse back down. So I'll get my seal clasper and tighten it down. This can be done too with a hose clamp if you don't have an expensive tool like this. What that does is shrinks that piston seal back down and make it hold its form, or get it back to its original outside diameter. Like I said, if you don't have one of these, you can use a hose clamp and like some shim material or sheet material, leather, something, and put it around and then hose clamp around it, and it'd effectively do the same thing. Okay, we take that loose. I'll rotate it a little bit. Once it's set there a while, remove it, and our piston seal's back down to normal. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and put this piston nut back on. I know there's Loctite already on there, but I'm going to put a little bit more on there and tighten her down. That's tight, and I am reusing this wear band here because I don't have that size, and this cylinder's pretty chewed up the way that it is. They honestly need another cylinder, but cylinders are expensive and a lot of people can't afford them, so they just want it resealed. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start putting these seals back in. I've lost my wear band, but I'll hunt for that here in a second. Okay, for starters, we're going to start on the outside of the gland. Going to start with the backup ring first, and this has a concave side on one side and flat on the other. The concave side in this instance will face down towards the bottom of the gland because that's where the pressure will come from. This is the top outside of the gland. This is the inside where all the pressure is at. Backup ring is on the top with the concave side facing down because we're going to put our O-ring on. And that concave side fits the profile of the O-ring and backs up the pressure. Next, the U-cup, bevel facing down, goes inside in the middle groove right there. I'll take and distort the U-cup like that, and then I'll start one side and just work it around. Now I'll go ahead and put the wiper in. Like so. Alright, now time to put the internal wear band back in. It goes in the bottom groove there. Basically just get it started in one side and continue to work it in. Okay, once all that's in, the gland's done. Get some grease. Grease the inside. Put some grease here. And we'll put this back on. Probably have to bump this a little bit, get it started. Okay, once that's on, we check for cuts. No cuts, and we're ready to take this out. Okay, the tube goes back in. Be sure and grease up your O-rings and your piston seal here. I also like to put some grease in here. Start the piston in. Walk around till it goes in there, and basically keep pushing until the gland gets to the tube. And then we'll take and hit the gland in. And then with our aluminum punch, we continue to hit the gland back until we see that groove. And once you see the groove, get your snap ring, push it back down in till it locks in position. Once it's locked in position, you can get some air, and that thing will blow back out. And that's it. This one actually had a bolt. Some of them got a bolt and a washer that will keep that gland from going in. So customer might have taken that out, or it didn't have one with it. Be sure you take that out to begin with, and then put it back at the end. That's how you reseal a log splitter cylinder. So this style is common on quite a few brands with the way that gland is. So if you got anything out of this, if you would, I'd appreciate it if you go down there, click the subscribe, turn the bell on for notifications, and giving this video a thumbs up if you liked it. So till next time, thanks for watching.